Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is noun phrase 344. The noun phrase today is an unwritten rule. Okay, somebody wants a screenshot, do it right now. Let's get right to it. The noun phrase could also be referred to as an unspoken rule. Okay, an unwritten rule is usually a rule that limits or puts constraints, which also means limits, on one's behavior in public. These rules are usually naturally understood by most people in a society in a particular situation. Sometimes unwritten rules are a matter of common decency. Other times it may be understood by most, but would be awkward to make official or put in writing. All right, let's continue. Here are some examples of basic unwritten rules. So, of course, there's many more than this, too. But here's like the first one. Don't pick your nose in public. This is probably common decency. Most people would probably, be maybe disgusted by it or feel that it's very unpleasant. Number two, if someone sneezes near you, say God bless you. Well, this is in the West. We often do this. Sometimes in some, Asian countries or other countries, you might sneeze. Somebody might not say anything. But in the West, it's considered polite to say God bless you if a person sneezes nearby you. So it's kind of an unwritten rule. Number three, don't gawk at a woman's cleavage. If a woman is wearing a low-cut shirt and she's showing some of her cleavage, you're not supposed to just stare at it like that. I think the old TV show Seinfeld had an episode where they made fun of that too, where, one of the characters did that and he got into trouble. You're not supposed to do that. That's considered to be impolite. Okay. Flush the toilet after use. So, yeah, especially if you're using a public toilet, don't leave, especially a lot of poo-poo, for somebody else to come in and look at that. That's it's an unwritten rule. You're supposed to, at the very least, at least flush the toilet. Okay. Dress appropriately for the environment you are in. Yeah, especially for work, sometimes, especially for some women, don't dress too sexy at work. It could be a distraction, in an office anyway. Actually, there might be some jobs where women are supposed to dress sexy, but in an office, it would be inappropriate because you might be too distracting or cause jealousy or something. Who knows? Let's go on. Do not talk with food in your mouth. Yes, again, this is just common decency. Most people would find that to be unpleasant. If on an elevator, stand facing the front and don't turn around and face others. Well, if you did, people would probably think you're strange. Most people, that's why it's kind of funny. Everybody always just looks straightforward. The one exception might be if somebody came in with a big box or something or a hand truck, you might have to turn sideways. But generally, most people looks facing outward. So this is kind of an unwritten rule. When you go in an elevator, there's no sign that says please face outward. No, people just know that's what you're supposed to do. That's proper etiquette. Okay, let's go on. Do not eat very smelly food at work, especially in an office environment, around desks that other people are nearby you. You don't want that food, even though it may not be smelly to you, it might be smelly to other people. So again, this is kind of common decency. And the last one here, no inter-office romance. Although I think there are a few companies that might actually write this one down. Most do not. And they don't really condone, they kind of frown on it if you start dating somebody in the same office nearby, because that could lead to other issues, if you break up or you have problems. Sometimes, obviously, sometimes people do meet at work and they do fall in love. In offices, sometimes they will move one of those workers possibly to another department to try to solve the problem. But it's kind of an unwritten rule that they kind of don't want you to do that. It's kind of frowned on if you do it. And like you say, there might even be a few companies that might actually write it down. But it's usually an unwritten rule. Anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it was clear. Hope it was informative. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.